Adam J. Live, coming to you from historic downtown Herndon, GB Studios. A very, very special day. Align Solar Protection. It's actually alignsolarprotection.com. Mr. Derek Brown, all the way from Utah, has come to explain why Align is the right choice for you, your residential solar system, giving you peace of mind. How are we doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah? What were you doing when you left the office yesterday?
I had to go get a soda. I did.
We're going to talk about soda and crumbled cookies throughout the podcast, but I wanted to thank you for coming on because a very, very important thing in solar, the warranty. We're not necessarily buying a car here. We're buying something that's going to reduce our electricity costs significantly and provide financial relief for thousands and thousands of residential Americans. So to you, our audience, and really anyone else listening, Align Solar Protection is, in GreenBrilliance's opinion, the top tier warranty on steroids for your residential solar system. And Derek, I'm going to talk a little bit more, and then I'll let you chime in. But I was talking to you in the office yesterday, and I randomly get to do this. You did fly in from Utah. I appreciate that. And you spent, about 2 hours with me in my office, and we were chit-chatting, and I was talking to you and basically stating my daily routine, my life. You asked me, do I just do podcasts? No, I'm a project manager. I wish I just did podcasts. We'll talk about that another time offline. But long story short, Neo and I, and you met Neo, our director of commercial, we are on the road a lot. We are doing a lot of site visits for our commercial projects. And generally, these bring us out to a lot of rural areas. This happened maybe 2.5 weeks ago, where we looked at several schools out in Williamsburg, Virginia. Okay, and right after the site visit, and you're learning about the bid process and what the projects entail. You're pumped, and you're on your way home from a long road trip. And what you generally do is you stop at a diner. Okay, now it's not my fancy clothes, which I'm wearing from Costco. Okay, that gets this attention. What I think it is my accent. Specifically, no, I don't wish to have any coffee today. I don't drink coffee. I stick out like a sore thumb. Neo just he blends it, which is probably why he does well, and he has to come with me to all these commercial meetings. Long story short, almost every time, especially about 2.5 weeks ago, we were sitting down in this diner, and this homeowner walked up to me and asked me what we did. Just honestly, I almost hope he wanted an autograph, but that definitely didn't happen. He just began to say, you look a little out of place. What are you doing out here? And I specifically said, hi, what's your name? Fred. I'm in solar. We're out here on a commercial construction project and hopes to build some clean energy for your guys' schools. And Fred began to talk to me about how he has a residential solar system from an EPC from about 2.5 years ago that is no longer in business, and that Fred's system does not work. Fred cannot get anyone on the phone. He has attempted hours and hours of troubleshooting himself to recoup an over $38,000. He paid cash over $38,000 investment, and that $38,000 really sticks in my head. So we as GreenBrilliance, unfortunately, we get these stories a lot, not generally just at the diner, okay? But we have people call in and just ask, can you help me? Our solar company is out of business, or they will not answer the phone, or they will not cover our warranties, or what they've done to begin with, as far as the installation, the solar installation did not go well. We don't trust them. We don't ever want to talk to them again. But again, we have a loan payment. Okay, so the clock is ticking against our money, and as it's ticking against our money, what's also happening is that we're having to pay this solar loan. What do we do? Okay, we signed up for a reduce in energy financial offset. Okay, we signed up for drastic savings, not for a headache. Again, GreenBrilliance helps as we can, and we do take on these residential homeowners. But I want to ask you, Mr. Derek Brown, before even getting into your product, how are you saving these solar companies from going out of business? More importantly, what I believe is a hand-in-hand arrangement, how are you benefiting and saving the homeowners the repercussions when a solar company goes out of business?
That's a great question. It is your accent. It sticks out. Uh, so I want to begin with giving you the reason why Align is in the industry in the first place. I come from the solar side. I come from sales, and I've experienced those same stories from customers. They've told me personally, even some of the ones that I've personally sold, have called and asked those same questions to me, and it became a problem. So I was fortunate enough to have a really good friend in the industry who felt the same way. When we were all taught how to sell at the beginning, we were taught that there was a manufacturer warranty and that was going to take care of the customer.
Selling solar, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Lack of education was a big part of that. We didn't understand what the manufacturer warranties actually were. We didn't understand how that affected the install company, and then in the end, how it eventually affected the customer. And so we always had a lot of discussions between the two of us on how we could figure out a way to solve the gaps in the warranty issues, and then solve the problem where customers in the end got left holding an empty bag of no help. And so that started a bunch of discussions between us. We fortunately had a connection through my business partner, BJ, into the warranty world.
I think you talked to me about BJ yesterday.
Yes.
Not Sam's Club, like
No.
actual BJ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. BJ Taylor is one of my business partners. He knew a guy named by the name of Steve Rosenvall, who happened to be in warranties for over 20 years. Owns a very large privately held auto warranty organization and administration company. And so we reached out to him, had a few meetings, realized this is a product that was needed in the industry, and then went full head of steam into the warranty world in solar, which really didn't have any foundation or existence at the time, other than a rep telling somebody there was a manufacturer warranty. So we were blazing new trails, creating new offerings, and providing something that just wasn't really established in the industry yet. And so we knew that this would have a great effect on the industry in general and cause people to think differently when they're running an install company. And now I want to go back to your question with how is it helping these install companies? Install companies, when they install a system, they get paid and funded by the finance institution, or they get paid cash. They have made their money. They don't make any money from that point for the next 25 years.
Sure.
And that's usually, a term length of a loan or lease or whatever it is. And so they're expected at that point in time, since they're the ones that have installed the customer, created the relationship, to continue that customer service experience for the next 25 years.
Correct.
So in 15 years from now, they're expected by that customer to pick up the phone, answer the questions that they have, and solve the problems that the customer has. The issue with that is, since there's been no funds for 15 years, it's very difficult for an install company on a smaller scale to project those issues that they're going to have 12 to 15 years down the road. So to properly reserve money to pay for those costs, it can be very difficult.
Or sometimes care.
Or yeah, for sure. And not only that, there may be equipment issues that happen that aren't predicted by a manufacturer that now lay even a heavier burden
Sure.
on customers and on install companies. So just that alone, gives us a purpose where we have the ability to actually help and solve that problem by providing a way for installation companies to actually receive reimbursements for labor and truck rolls and costs associated for future service claims that they currently do not have.
Well, and as a solar company that's been in business for over 18 years, it's almost a breath of fresh air. It's the normal livelihood of EPC, engineering, procurement, and construction. Okay, or in install solar company, 3 to 5 years. Okay, if you're lucky. So and this is a different subject, but we've come across install companies that haven't even installed the project, and the panels are literally on the side of the house, and then they just close up shop the next day. And there's a loan on that, okay? Not to get off topic, but what I guess I want to ask is, how does this work, and why is this trumping my warranty? I mean, again, I've been in business for 18 years. I've got a 30-year warranty. Devil's advocate.
Yeah. I mean, we view it as a partnership with our installation partners. This is something that goes hand in hand with your project and your customer, and it's not a Align versus a GreenBrilliance thing. We want to make sure that when we're providing support, so if there's issues 7, 10, 15 years down the road, that you guys understand that Align is sitting there ready and willing to pay claims on legitimate issues with the system. And that way it's not trumping a warranty. It's not creating a objection in a home. What it's really doing is just backing you guys as a installation company. It's helping you properly reserve funds for future service, which is something that gets overlooked a little bit in the industry. And I can tell you, because I talk to a lot of install companies, we have lots of partners across the country. We always ask them what they're reserving for their service when we first initially meet them. And most of the time it's, we're doing a little bit. They can never tell me what it is. Or they'll tell me an amount, and I ask them how they project they're going to use that. And usually that answer they can't answer.
$8,000 to $10,000 a year. That's what we save on average per project.
Okay. Which is good. That's a lot of money. But in the end, we want to make sure that strain that gets put on an installation company is being removed. The liability that you're carrying is being removed.
I don't want any liability. This is no offense to homeowners. I don't want any liability. Who does?
No, nobody. Well, we do.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Other than this guy.
Yeah, we want the liability.
You could say that now. You're taller than me.
Okay. We'll carry the liability on behalf, or at least most of it. Obviously we can't carry all the liability. There's always still some liability left.
So what do you cover?
So we want to cover
residential solar.
Yeah, we want to cover all the basics of the solar installation. So you're racking your roof penetrations 3 inches around the penetration, the roof penetration equipment, panels, inverters, optimizers, the labor, and the truck rolls that it takes to go out and do it. Diagnostic time and RMA time as well.
Okay, so essentially all of the necessary procurement materials for a residential solar
Correct.
system. Okay. I'm starting to buy in on this. Starting to buy in on this partnership here, which we may have already had all over our webpage for maybe, I don't know, the last 3 to 6 months. Give me a case study on how the process works. I'm a homeowner right now. The 3 panels go down and an inverter too, but I didn't know that. It's a microinverter. How does this work?
So it's very simple. We want the relationship between the customer and the installation company to be maintained long term. So we still want that customer to reach out to the installation company. It's your customer. You created the relationship. You provided the service. We want that to continue. Obviously, we know in business that can lead to referrals and extra business, especially in solar. And so we want that relationship to maintain. Customer at that point realizes there's an issue with the system. They're going to contact GreenBrilliance. GreenBrilliance is going to diagnose, service, do any RMA responsibilities with the panel or the inverter, and then go replace them as they get the equipment. Once they replace them, they come back to us at that point in time and submit a claim. They let us know, they show us before.
Now, so who is it? Myself or say it's GreenBrilliance? Myself or GreenBrilliance?
GreenBrilliance is at that point in time.
So I would make, as in the homeowner, a phone call to GreenBrilliance.
Correct.
And then GreenBrilliance would be doing all of the background work and then contacting
Align.
Correct. Okay, got it.
Yep. So GreenBrilliance handles all of the service, repair, everything with the customer. As soon as they're completed with that, we want them to come to us and submit the claim, submit the pictures, the RMA stuff, and then their invoice essentially of what it cost them to do the work. And then at that point in time, we approve the claim and pay within 48 to 72 hours.
So kind of like a residential solar project. I'm just speaking out loud here, where like there's the inner workings, the interconnection, the permit approvals, the HOA guidelines / nightmares, your inspections, your corrections on inspections, your X, Y, and Z. All of this is going on without the homeowner really. They're filled in as much as they want to fill in. They're really filled in on the lifeblood of the project. This is what's going on with your project. Your permit's approved. You're going to get this installed now. Congratulations, we've inspected it. Just kind of with Align, if I'm the homeowner, my project's installed, all of this, it's not a mess, but this organized chaos is going on in the background, and I can really just pick up the phone call and just have everything done for me.
Correct.
All right. I love it.
Yes. Creates a great opportunity for customer service too for GreenBrilliance.
What if, and I'm not trying to put holes in this, what if you go out of business? Like, what if you go?
Align
What
itself?
if Derek is nowhere to be found, and Crumbled Cookies, which you do own again, 4 of them, is nowhere to be seen? People just don't like sugar anymore. I don't know. What happens?
Yeah, so that's a great question. One I get asked every single day. It's very simple. In the warranty space, you need to create backstops in order to protect the customers. People make mistakes. Numbers aren't always correct. Actuaries can make mistakes. Attorneys can make mistakes. And so we understand that there needs to be something sitting behind us as a company in order to protect any customer long term. So what we do on every single warranty that comes in, we set aside and pay a risk fee for each of these warranties to an insurance provider. And that risk fee then pays for an insurance policy that's standing behind those warranty reserves that are held in trust in order to step in and actually pay any claims directly to customers.
There's a lot of guys in suits with glasses for some reason and like folders. Maybe just lawyers. I'm feeling protected.
It's the insurance world,
Yeah,
you know. I do clarify that, you know, warranties are warranties and insurance is insurance. We provide the warranty, but we back it by insurance.
I love that.
So
you rehearsed that, didn't you?
No,
that's just natural. No, fair enough.
I've said it a few times. Yeah.
So we've talked about what Align does. Okay. We've talked about what the really need for Align is and how it impacts not only install companies, not only does it really save the homeowner's butt sometimes if the solar install company, I'm just used to saying EPC, and the install company goes out of business. Okay. That peace of mind, I'm already on board because I'm not really carrying the full bag if for some reason, you know, let's face it, things happen, and I like the partnership. If a homeowner needs help and we're partnered up, we can take care of the homeowner a lot more proactively and productively. Okay, we're not just a chop body shop. What do you have in the story department? There's got to be something where you've heard about this crazy warranty where all of a sudden 50 panels flew and then ended up in Toledo, Texas, or Canada, or Texas, or somewhere.
There was actually, you know, we have a lot of different concerns when we look at solar and what our risks are long term.
Yeah,
how that affects us. But I remember earlier on when we had started Align, my business partner, who owns the warranty company, Steve, he kept sending me messages on these projects that were in Texas and looking at the environmental damage that were being caused by these hailstorms coming in and wiping out entire projects and what that did to the ground and the environmental stuff around there. And so it started our minds thinking a little bit differently on, hey, where else are our liabilities? Where else are we going to be holding the bag or have somebody come to us and say, hey, since you provided this, you're responsible. And in the insurance and warranty world, if you're connected at all to any project, there's some responsibility there, unfortunately.
A little bit.
So, you know, now we started thinking a little bit different, which has been awesome because that's provided us actually an opportunity to create new products because of this. And so we've started to create different products now for the industry that we feel are going to be very effective and very helpful to the industry, where there aren't a lot of groups out there that can provide this kind of flexibility because the companies aren't positioned to do so when we are, mainly because we have a warranty background. We have a lot of experience from our team that's been in warranties for 20 years, and we understand what that process looks like to create and execute on a warranty program.
And I love the fact that you actually said the word products, and you're going to know what I'm going to ask you. Generally, it would just be, so what's to come? What's for the future? But we were talking in the office yesterday just for a couple minutes, and long story short, you had something kind of exciting, kind of like, honestly, that was on the back of my mind, like really right from when we met, okay, or from when we first talked on the phone, maybe months and months and months ago. You know, I've had several cars, I'm knocking on wood, I've had several cars in my lifetime that are just getting by, and they're really good on property tax, okay? And with those cars, sometimes, you know, you get them, they're not that great, and you want to warranty them. And maybe you'll wait by accident until something goes, and then you'll want to warranty them, or you'll try to get a warranty after you've purchased the car. Because generally, it's my assumption that a warranty needs to be included with the car, okay? Included with whatever you're buying. You can correct me if I'm wrong. What's that new product that you have coming out?
So we are going to be providing a service contract for existing homes that already have purchased solar and either are abandoned or just want to purchase. Maybe their company's still in existence, but maybe they want to purchase that protection long term, just in case something happened to their install company. So we're in the process right now of creating that, making sure that it's set up properly, and providing another avenue for so many of these abandoned homeowners that we feel some responsibility to actually provide them for this, just because we see the issue in the industry and we have an actual opportunity, a way to do it where it hasn't really been seen before. But since the expertise is there and the knowledge, we're excited to be able to provide that.
I love it. Derek, where can anyone and everyone that's watching find out more about you, Align?
So they can go to our website, alignsolarprotection.com. If they're an install company that's watching this, they can jump on our LinkedIn and get our contact information there as well, and check out our LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn as well, and my contact information.
It's not very active, though.
I'm not active. I mean, I look at all the GreenBrilliance stuff.
You will be after today. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not super active on LinkedIn. I don't really post a ton. I am on it a lot, though. I actually get a lot of contacts from LinkedIn. So
LinkedIn's actually legitimate. I ran from Facebook right after college. But that's for a lot of other reasons. But LinkedIn's pretty professional. Derek, I wanted to thank you for trucking it all the way out from Utah. It has sincerely been a pleasure, and you are actually making the solar universe a better place. I'm going to shake your hand awkwardly throughout this wire. Thanks, my man. Appreciate it. On our next episode of Watts of Wisdom, we'll be with Penn Environmental, one of the largest environmental advocacy groups in the country, covering the state of Pennsylvania.